Hello, Aries. Welcome to your monthly reading for February 2024. This is for Aries and Aries rising, and we are going to jump right in. This is a huge month. This is a major month. In fact, there are about 26 major aspects. That is pretty much one for every day of the month, and it is a leap year. We have 8 conjunctions. You saw that flip over. That's a sign. And if it shows up in your spread, then you know that it is the universe trying to tell you something. We have 8 conjunctions. I'm sorry. This is a big deal. You know this is a big deal. 8 conjunctions in 1 month. We're going to talk about that. When I say this is a big month, I hope you're strapped in. This is huge. There are some conjunctions that are so rare, like we won't see them for a couple years. Okay, lots of changes happening in your life this month, especially because this is a month where there are no planets retrograde. It actually makes a big difference. I mean, you may feel you're going at this roadrunner pace with your dreams, your path to enlightenment, things that you want. And the last thing is that, hello, we're in Aquarius season, but we not only have 1, 2, 3, we have 6 planets going through Aquarius. This is major. This is major. And it's good. So that's a sun in Aquarius. We know Pluto moved into Aquarius. Mars is moving into Aquarius. Mercury's moving into Aquarius. Venus is moving into Aquarius. And we have a new moon in Aquarius. This is major. And they're not all overlapping at the same time. A lot of them will be, but it's between around the 16th to the 22nd. We'll have all the inner planets in Aquarius. So you're going to deeply feel this. This is Venus, Mars, and Mercury. And then, a little bit of the sun. One thing that I want you to know, this is going to be a pretty sensual month for a lot of y'all as well. And there could be a lot of intimacy. Now, one big thing that is going to be happening, all this energy in Aquarius is your 11th house of your hopes and wishes. Okay. Your goals, your dreams. It's also your social network, communities you belong to, groups you belong to. And it's going to be very interesting. You're going to have a huge focus on this, a majorly huge focus on this. Of course, we move into Pisces season toward, the end of the month, but you're going to have some major breakthroughs. Okay, Aries. One thing that I should bring up too is that, and of course, we're going to talk all about these conjunctions, these rare conjunctions. We'll talk about them later. But the last thing I'm going to point out that you should know about Aries is that around February 8th, this is when we have both the Sun and Mercury squaring Uranus. And so around this time, you may start feeling a little bit of a, like maybe there's a wall that you really have to break through around this time. There could be some challenges being brought about. And remember, this is all happening in Aquarius season. So it can be with friendships. It can be through a group that you belong to, your community. It can be something that has to do with your hopes and wishes. And it can have something to do with money. That could also be a thing too, because Uranus, as we know, is in Taurus in your 2nd house of income, salary, kind of like a big squeeze around here. But also, if you're not here for money, that is also self-worth, self-confidence. Do you see that it's snowing? I'm doing your reading while it's snowing here in Brooklyn, which is really nice. So with that said, Aries, let's get to it. Let's get started. Again, this is for Aries and Aries rising. If you want to read for your moon and your Venus, you are absolutely welcome to. Again, if you are new to my channel, after I do your spread, I break it down week by week. That's when I tell you all the big things. We have a full moon in Virgo. We have a new moon in Aquarius. I'm going to break it down weekly. In fact, the one thing that I also want you to look forward to is if you do celebrate Valentine's Day, oh my goodness, that's going to be pretty rare. Okay, it's going to be pretty rare because we do have a very powerful placement around that time, and then the week after, and then Venus is going to conjunct Mars. You know what happens when Venus and Mars gets together. So Aries, let's get started. Let's see what's going on for you. There's another. Well, I'm going to see if that one pops up too. Me and my shuffling skills today distracted by this. No, Aries, let's see what's going on for you for February 2024. Again, this is for Aries and Aries rising. So Aries, like I said earlier, I do a traditional occultic cross spread. It really does give the best overview, in my opinion. If we need to pull clarifiers, we'll pull clarifiers. Secondly, Aries, I love you. Y'all are amazing. Thanks so much for being here. I'm so excited for February. Look at this snow. I wish you could see the snow. I really wish you could see the snow. It's one of the hardest things you can actually capture in like video or anyway, you get what I'm saying. Aries, look at you. You're good. You're good. When I say things are about to change, things are about to change in a really big way. All right. So I want you to put all your energy out there because you're really good. Feel this forward momentum, okay? Now, you got the King of Cups. I love the fact that you got the King of Cups. This is absolutely amazing. This is indicating that transformation that's happening in your life at a very deep emotional level for a lot of y'all. The King of Cups is he's on top of his emotions, right? There is a sense of, with the King of Cups being very intuitive, he's in touch with his super conscious, but it really is about that emotional stability. You can even see him. Look at the water that he's on. Very turbulent, right? Nothing is going to knock him off that throne, okay? Nothing, and water represents emotion, so you're good moving into 2024. I feel like some of y'all have met new loves, or that could have been something that happened recently for y'all, especially because there is so much activity with the nodes, with in the first house and South Node in Libra. Anyway, I'm going to just keep going because this is showing that transformation I was talking about. King of Cups is Scorpio, and that is, your 8th house of transformation. But the 8th house does bring that level of intimacy, okay? There is, like I said, this month, kind of like a sensual month. It's a very feel-good month. If you're not here for any of that, it's just really, really nice. But a lot of y'all will definitely feel it because you did get the 10 of Cups and the heart of your spread. Hello. And mind you, this is not a weekly reading. This is a monthly reading. This is going to be an amazing month, okay? But there is change coming, and you're going to feel it. 10 is the end, indicating a new beginning, right? 1, 0 equals 1. Now, you do see the happy family, the happy couple, happy everything here. Happy everything, okay? This is really, really nice. The happy children. You see the rainbow. The rainbow is so auspicious. It indicates a promising future, and this is the only card that the rainbow exists in tarot. All right. And you see all the cups aligned in the rainbow. So there's a lot of enlightenment. And when we talk about that emotion, cups represent emotions, even your intuition may be extremely heightened this month as well. I would not be surprised. But you're good. You're absolutely good. You also have the Knight of Wands. Right? Okay. So you're going to be feeling this goodness, this richness in your life. But the Knight of Wands being in your challenge area, there's almost a sense of don't go too fast. Don't be too impulsive. There's going to be some very powerful aspects this month, many that include your ruling planet. All right. And as you know, Mars can be aggressive. What's really great is that Venus is conjoining Mars. Remember what I said earlier. So it kind of softens Mars's warrior energy, but just it's a time where I would not be impulsive. I would not be really abrasive. Not that you would be, but I wouldn't. I would go with this forward momentum and stay open-minded through everything that's going to happen. Because again, these squares with Uranus are pretty strong. Okay. So when you have these kind of unexpected moments, and that's what squares do with Uranus, the planet of the unexpected, of surprises, there could be a sense of not thinking things through when something does happen. So that's why it's stand back and see how things unfold. Now, the reason why I'm harping on that is because you did get the 4 of Cups in your crown. Now, the 4 of Cups is very interesting. Okay. Because this is also there is a sense of this month thinking about the things that bring you pleasure, bring you joy, and really celebrating that. Should anything do go sideways, should anything where you feel okay, I'm not sure the direction of is this what I want? I'm getting a lot of things, but are they what I want? So a lot of that may happen. Again, it is a very powerful month for you. Aries. The 4 of Cups is a card where it really is, at the end of the day, gratitude. It's a test. It's testing your gratitude. And you may be thinking a lot about that. It could be on your mind this month, being grateful for the things that you have, knowing that, if there is something that, comes along, and it can be a suitor, it can be, a job offer. There's a lot of things that's going to happen for you, Aries. This is saying that whatever comes through, if it's not exactly what you want, still appreciate the fact that it came through, right? You can see that he's sitting under the tree, the hand of spirit offering him a 4th cup. He already has 3, okay? And look at his reaction. He is literally crossing off his heart. So remember that emotion, it's definitely going to be here. But if you feel like there's a little bit more like intuition versus emotion, then I'm going to, you saw that was crazy. I'm going to pull that over. That was in my lap and I have no idea how that happened. And I think it's when I hit the cards earlier. Very interesting. Very interesting. It is the Queen of Wands. This is really, that's never happened before. Anyway, so just appreciate the things that you do have. Should you feel like you're at a point where just like, I don't know. Or if something does come through and you're like, that's not what I wanted, still appreciate everything that's in your life, because you want to always have, you always want to be at the highest form of like gratitude, right? Gratitude is like the highest vibration in the law of attraction. And that's what life is, right? It's the law of attraction. It's that super conscious, it's love, and it's, accepting everything and having that gratitude in your life. So you also have the Queen of Swords in the root of your spread. And so I'm not really concerned about you. Like, I don't think that you're going to do anything that's like, it's like, if, again, as long as you, if things do happen and things are maybe a little too aggressive for you or a little too powerful for you, because there's, again, 8 conjunctions this month. Okay. That's a lot. That's a lot. Be open-minded as things unfurl, but it's almost like what's unfurling is the path for you. Okay. There's also a sense of like some of y'all may be kind of like just a little, I don't want to use the word, this card is associated with boredom, but what's coming up more for me is that with all your cups here, by the way, there is a sense of like, they the phrase, how they always, when they say like the opposite of love isn't hate, it's apathy. So that could be something that you may be thinking about when it comes to things that you love and that you desire and the things that fulfill you emotionally. Okay. Try not to have a feeling of like apathy toward them. All right. This month, that is just something, again, looking at your entire spread, I just don't think that it'll happen unless, if it does happen, you'll be aware of it, because you did get the Queen of Swords. Interesting in the root of your spread. And so there is a sense of you kind of taking everything that happens this month with this knowledge and fairness and justness, and not letting your emotions cloud your judgment. All right. And it can have to do with relationships too. That is a big thing for you, especially, again, I was mentioning earlier, the South Node moved into Libra, and that is, your 7th house of partnerships, relationships. So there's a lot of, focus there. Okay. Especially if it's part of like your plan, your hopes and wishes, and it can be work and it can be love, but there is a sense of like now thinking it strategically through, okay? And just being grateful for what you do have, should anything happen. That could be even like something happening impulsively. It could even be someone in your life that may be a little like, they're, doing things that are unexpected, and you're just like, what? And this is you just being in the moment, being aware, having that gratitude, and thinking things through, right? Now, in your future, the Hanged Man, it looks like you are going to have this moment, okay? And the reason I say that, and it's a moment of transformation, again, there's so much transformation here, but especially like just looking at everything, you're about to enter this new phase in your life, okay? Now the Hanged Man actually comes right before the Death card, which is a transformational process. And so he's prepared himself. And in order to, and you see he's very enlightened. He's got a halo around his head. He's got a smile on his face. He put himself there upside down to look at the world in a different way, to have this new perspective, and to embrace these changes that are about to happen in his life. And so here's the thing, Aries. In order for that to happen, you have to surrender some things. You have to let some things go. And a lot of it can be up here. It may be up here for you. Okay. The reason I say that is because the Hanged Man is attributed to Neptune, the planet Neptune. Okay. Neptune is in Pisces. What else is in Pisces? Saturn. And that's both in your 12th house of the subconscious, intuition, your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams too. So it's also like facing your fears. Hidden enemies is also a thing. And again, with these Uranus squares, that may be also a thing that does happen. Okay. That where you identify like, oh my goodness, this person is, may not be someone that I need in my life. Remember, there's so much activity happening in Aquarius, your 11th house of your social network. And so it can even be like, again, like I said, a community you belong to, organization you belong to. But you see the card that fell in my lap, the Queen of Wands. Interesting. Using that as, as a clarifier. It's just really interesting because that is your second queen, Queen of Wands, who happens to be Aries, okay, which is absolutely nice. She's very compelling. She's very popular. She's the most popular queen. She can get whatever she wants. She's also known as like the entrepreneur of tarot. So this is you really moving forward, okay, and going toward the things that you want and putting your head. It's a lot of it's going to be your mindset, okay, unlocking those things that you need to do that may be holding you back. Maybe it could be like deeply subconscious as well. All right, even like confronting a lot of like your shadow side, doing some shadow work as well. But there is a sense of just forward momentum. You being you sitting in this throne, okay. A lot of vitality in this card. Lot of growth. It really is like when I say she's the most popular queen, she can get whatever she wants, and you can too. Okay, once you accept these changes and are ready to make these changes in your life. Now, Aries, let's get to your stuff. Aries, oh my goodness, how crazy is that? A card flipping over. Now, Aries, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, let me know, tell me what's going on. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. And don't forget, I'm gonna break it. There's so much happening this month. There's so much happening this month. Let's keep going. Okay, so wow. Okay, yeah, there's gonna be a lot going on up here. Okay. First, you got the Four of Wands. I love the fact that you did get the Four of Wands, okay? It looks like there is this, when I say moving forward, you have a goal in sight. There is a finish line for you. There is a sense of like, this is what I want to feel. I want to feel like really good in this moment for having achieved this, celebrating this. And it can be this big milestone in your life. It can be something like a marriage. It can be a proposal. It can be moving in with someone. It can be something very like domestic related, but also at the same time, very, very more about you and feeling like you've celebrated something like a milestone on a personal level. Okay. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if some of y'all did get that dream job. Some of y'all moved into a place in your life where it's just an upgrade, okay? But a lot of this is just you at this time, okay? You having your personal victories as well. Interestingly, that's another Aries card, okay? This is actually attributed to Venus and Aries. You did get the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands, interesting, came up in your external factors area. So there is a sense of like really fighting for the things that you want and not letting anything like hold you back or bring you down. Okay. And so, again, just be mindful of that Knight of Wands energy in your challenge area. Again, it could be you, it could be someone in your life that is just like a little wild this month and just like impulsive and doing things or just like slow down. But there is a sense of you, there could be some drawing a line in the sand. And it could be, you having conversations with other people about your future. Don't forget Mercury, the planet of communication, is in Aquarius, okay? And so I've always said Aquarius is like the very forward-thinking, very mental sign. Now, you also got the Ace of Swords. And so there you go. Another card indicating a lot going on up here where you were seeking this breakthrough, especially when you have Saturn in your 12th house of the subconscious, okay? Hidden things, that's what the 12th house is. Now, there is, with the Ace of Swords, you see the crown on it. You see this is the biggest sword in tarot. And so aces are change, swords are change. This is a big card of change. You see that in your main spread, but this is also a big change up here. Remember, the swords are the mental suit. And so there is, again, like that personal victory that I was talking about. And then lastly, Four of Swords. This is stillness of mind. Okay, this is that equilibrium. This is a lot of meditation in this card. A lot of like, even like resting and recovering from things that have been really, challenging for you. Again,
taking that break, that mental break. It seems like you are going to have it. You have the Four of Swords in your final outcome. Now, this card is actually another Libra card, by the way. And so with the the Queen of Swords in the root of your spread, and then you have the Four of Swords in your final outcome. I mean, again, yeah. It could be there is something that about a relationship or a partnership, again, work, career, your mailman. It doesn't matter. It's just a one-on-one relationship. There is a sense of like, let me come to a place where I'm comfortable with this up here. Okay. It seems like there is, even for y'all, it may be like a very cerebral month. Like you could be in your head a lot. All right. But it's all about like breaking through those things again, especially with this the squares that's going to happen. But that's what we're going to do now. We're going to break it down. When I say there's a lot happening for you, Aries, there's a lot happening for you. And then you're good, by the way. You're absolutely good here. There is just going to be like with how fast this month is and how many aspects that are happening, like you're just going to feel a lot of energy going through. But let's break it down now. Let me tell you what's going on. Okay. Let me tell you what's going on this week, or this month. So, and as I do, I'm pulling more cards week by week. So the first week of February, the main thing, Mercury will move into Aquarius on the 4th. Okay. So now we have the sun in Aquarius. We have Pluto in Aquarius. We have Mercury in Aquarius. So again, this is all very forward thinking. It really is thinking outside the box at this point. All right. Mercury in Aquarius with all these other planets in Aquarius, which is very original. They march to their own drumbeat. So thinking outside the box is a lot of what you'll be doing. All right. Don't be square. Don't be square right now. But it is very nice. And I also actually, it could even bring some like unpredictably nice conversations. Now, on the 5th, Mercury conjunct Pluto. This is our first conjunction, and it is intense. There is a lot of power in words, okay? And so I want you to be aware of that, but also want you to be very curious right now. I want you to unlock a lot of things in terms of like logic, the things that you're thinking about, have those moments of breakthrough. I mean, this is a huge conjunction. This is something that you want to take advantage of. This is the only time, remember, Pluto's all about power and empowerment and transformation. But it, as it rules the 8th house, this is a time where you could unlock some truths and some secrets to things. It is going to be a really big time for you, okay? And this is it's the only time we're going to have it this year, by the way. This is the only Mercury conjunct Pluto for this year. Now, on the 7th, Venus is trining Uranus. Oh my goodness. I would not be surprised if some of y'all fall in love around this time, find new love around this time. If you are single, maybe a new hobby that you're really interested. Something could happen with money around this time that is really surprising and really nice for you. Okay. And it could be it can come through the form of your hopes and wishes. Remember, Venus is in, actually, I'm sorry. Venus at this point is it still, let me see. Yeah, Venus is actually in Capricorn. So yeah, this is going to be a big money career thing for you because Venus is still being in Capricorn. That's your 10th house of career, fame, public recognition, honors, achievements. And it's training Uranus, which is in your 2nd house. Like I said earlier, money. So really big breakthrough around this time. If you are in a relationship, really good time to try something new. If you're retired, it's a good time to try something new. I mean, just anyone, think about the matters of your heart. What is your heart asking you right now? I mean, Venus is all about creativity too. This is a really good social aspect, especially for you. Remember, we're in Aquarius season. You're going to be very socially active, and you particularly, because it is your 11th house. But remember, Venus trining Uranus is going to be big, and it may resonate mostly with your career, okay, or money in some matter. And it's just a very, very big day. Very, very big day. a lot of spiritual awareness too, because Mars will sextile Neptune that day as well. Now we get to the 8th when the Sun squares Uranus. So again, this is when you may start feeling a little bit of like a wall that you have to break through. Okay, there could also be some surprising, unexpected elements that come up around this time, and not in a way where it's like, yes, I just Oprah just gave me Mars. Or whatever. It could be something that's just more like, oh, I don't know, I got to work through this now. And it's happening right at the new moon in Aquarius on the 9th. Again, this is an interesting one because Uranus is Aquarius's ruling planet. And remember, with this square is happening with the sun in Aquarius. So we know this new moon can be a little bit challenging. And there could be something new and something that already exists in your life where it is just like, whoa, I did not see that coming. Again, that is you not being impulsive around things, okay? And just letting things unfold and working. Remember, using all that logic to work through things. So let's see what's going on for you, okay? For the first week of February, you're good. You're absolutely good. You have the 3 of Cups. Wow, you and all your cups. You're good. This is a card of celebration. It's a card of bonding is a big thing with the 3 of Cups. It's the birth of new ideas. It's it's almost like that celebration that you're seeking is you're on the path to it. Okay, so really that bonding element is so important. Okay, and I want you to remember that with all these planets in Aquarius for you in your 11th house of your social network, your communities, groups you belong to, because bonding is huge. In fact, I think I mentioned this in a past reading, there was research done by, all the top, like Harvard and whatnot. Harvard actually did an 85-year study where they were seeking what was what brought like true happiness. Okay. What was the thing that brings true happiness? And it turns out it was our, relationship with other people. It was like social fitness. So again, be social. A lot of the things that happen for you can be through your connections this month. Okay. Remember, your network exists in the same house as your hopes and wishes. All right. So keep that in mind. But that Venus trine Uranus is going to be huge for you. A lot of y'all can see new money coming through, new job opportunities, maybe even advancements around that time as well. Now, second week, on the 12th, Mars moves into Aquarius. This is really crazy. This is your ruling planet in Aquarius. So it's really, remember, Aquarius is very visionary. This is you really going after, the future that you see for yourself pretty much. You could be thinking about like society. Remember, Aquarius is all about humanity and it's in your 11th house of, other people. And so there is a sense of you also embracing like your authenticity around this time. And so just remember, Mars can be a little aggressive around this time. And Aquarius is very independent and rebellious. So just remember to, not be really impulsive because you're coming to these amazing aspects. On the 13th, Venus is going to sextile Neptune. This is so dreamy. This is all about like romance and desire, and it doesn't have to be with like another person. It can be like your romance toward like the arts or travel or whatever that it really moves you. Now this is happening on the same day that Mars will conjunct Pluto. This is big. This is big. This is the big one. Okay. On the 13th, this is right at Valentine's Day. Okay. Right. Or if you celebrate it right before, but it's so powerful. You'll feel it on Valentine's Day. Mars conjuncting Pluto in Aquarius. This is all about you. This is just major. Okay. Again, Mars is your ruling planet. Mars is, drive, action, Pluto, empowerment and power. This is major. And when I say this is like a very sensual month, this is happening right on the same day that Venus will sextile Neptune. I mean, this is also like your sex drive too. If you are here for that, okay, this is going to be a really, really big aspect. And this is an aspect so rare We didn't even have it last year. The next time Mars will conjunct Pluto will be in January 2026. This is how rare this is. Take advantage. Take advantage with these two very powerful planets that can change your life, okay? And actually on Valentine's Day, the moon in Taurus will conjunct Jupiter. Oh my goodness, this is like your sensuality, sexuality, all that really, really heightened, but also like there's that feel good energy and a lot of luck around this day too. Remember, Jupiter is all about luck. And so we get to the 16th where Mercury is now squaring Uranus. So this is, the sun is squaring Uranus, Mercury squaring Uranus on the 16th. Please do not sign any contracts, okay? And also be careful about, how you speak, all right? This is Mercury we're talking about and Uranus. So, you may say some things that surprise yourself. You're like, I can't believe I just said that, all right? No but anyways around this time. When you're like in conversation and the person just, after you talk, they're like, but anyway, don't do that. Because you do have the Four of Cups in your crown. Now, the other thing is you could also hear unexpected, surprising news. On the same day, Venus does move into Aquarius. So, wow, this is really, really, really big because now we have Mars and Venus in Aquarius. And you know what happens when Mars and Venus gets together. Now, here's the thing. On the 17th, Venus will conjunct Pluto. You have no idea. You have no idea. And so this is also a rare aspect. We're actually lucky to have it twice this year. It's going to happen again in December, but because it's happening in December, it means that we won't have it in 2025. Take advantage. Oh my gosh. This is romance on a deep, intense level. This is sex. But again, it does not have to be that if you're not here for that. There's a lot of sexual energy here, especially this week, but Venus also represents creativity. It also represents money. So, and even like there could be some like platonic stuff happening here, like friendships, like getting to like this depth with like a friendship. Venus in Aquarius is very like mental still, because Aquarius being an air sign, so you could be even like falling in love with like someone else's mind. I mean, this is just a day where even if you're single, you could be instantly attracted to someone like right away. It's that compelling. If you're in a relationship, same thing. You could just like there could be that spark, that Tinder, right? And Tinder, sure, you can get in Tinder, but it's funny, that's where the word comes from, right? Tinder, which creates that spark. But then we also have the sun moving into Pisces on the 18th. Now, this is when you're really going to be in your headspace because that is, again, your 12th house. So let's see what's going on for you for the second week of February. You're good. Ace of Pentacles. Look at you. I can't even believe this. You're good. There's a lot of new things happening for you. And you're going on this new path. Now, remember what I said. A lot of money stuff, especially, that's happening for you. I mean, Jupiter is in your second house of money. Remember I said, on the same day that Mars is conjuncting Pluto, we'll have the moon in Taurus conjuncting Pluto. So both in your second house of money. But Venus conjuncting Pluto is also a big deal for you. I mean, like, remember, this is all your hopes and wishes. This is all your hopes and wishes that's happening now. Okay. So new path, new journey, one that new job could come through that pays a lot more. There's you got the biggest pentacle in the deck. So you see, you've got your second ace here, really, really big. So aces usher in new beginnings, new opportunities. You see the golden pathway here, indicating in the archway, indicating this new gateway for you. I mean, Aries, this is huge. This is huge. So this is a big, big month. Expect something new. And it can be money and wealth, financially, but also think about like wealth in terms of like your physical world, because pentacles do represent your physical world as well. Now, the third week, the big day. Oh my goodness, the 21st, Venus conjuncting Mars. So like I said earlier, this is big. I mean, like I said, you know what happens when these two lovebirds get together. I mean, a lot of chemistry around here, but remember it's happening in Aquarius too. So it really is, again, a lot of your hopes and wishes, but there's this deep, intense, like burning desire as well. But you could at this point be like, because it is Aquarius energy, like marching to your own drum beat, but with like a partner in crime as well. But it also just being moved emotionally in the things that you're passionate about. Again, this is such a rare aspect. And of course, we're going to talk about a lot about this when we get to that week. Okay. This same week is, I, for you, would pay attention to the 23rd when Venus squares Jupiter. This is actually a good square that I like. It's just take a break, okay? And like this for you because of what's happening in your spread. Take a break. This is what it's just saying. Take a break. Go enjoy yourself. Go enjoy yourself. Now on the 24th, we have a full moon in Virgo. Hello. This is really, really big. It's opposite Mercury and Saturn's opposite Mercury and the full moon. But what I love about this full moon in Virgo is that Jupiter, again, the planet of good fortune, good luck, prosperity, expansion, profit, will be trining this full moon. So it's actually a really good full moon of letting something go, to let something in, to commit to something new. Okay. And so we'll talk about this more. Okay. That is your sixth house, by the way. Everyday activities, health, fitness, pets, work. Okay. So let's see what's going on for you for the third week of, February. Boom. You're good. You got your own card, the Emperor. You're sitting in this throne. What I love about this is that not only is the Emperor ruled by Aries, this is like power. This is empowerment. This is the buildup of all those conjunctions, okay? This is you. This is you sitting in that throne, okay? You're good. You're absolutely good. I mean, you've got the world in your hands at this point. And what's really amazing about this is that, the Emperor does have, not only is it like mastery of self, which is perfect with your spread here. It's a lot of, masculine energy too, like a lot of father energy here, really just like empowerment energy, authority. Okay. Being an authority in your field as well. There is a sense of him, kind of like the ruler of his kingdom. So there could be an aspect of, again, this group or organization or something community that you belong to where you are just being seen. All right. You having a pivotal role, but also he is a ruler of his destiny. Now, last week of February, we have the 28th, Sun conjunct Mercury. We got a Cazimi there, but I want you to pay attention to this day, by the way, on the 28th, the last day, the second to last day. We have the Sun conjuncting Mercury. We have the Sun conjuncting Saturn, and then we have Mercury conjuncting Saturn as well. Hello, we have a Saturn Cazimi. This is the only one this year. Okay. Pay attention. This is your big refresh. This is a refresh button being hit on you up here too. Okay. Mostly up here. This is you unrooting things and feeling empowered mentally. All right. Remember, Saturn is in your 12th house. Okay. This is you, knowing that you have some changes to make, and almost like building this new structure in your life, especially one that is being built at this time. So let's get to it. Let's see what's going on for you for the last week of February. You're good. You got the Page of Cups. You're good. You're going to have an amazing month. You're going to have an amazing month. You have the Page of Cups. A lot of intuitive energy, which I really love. And it seems like that maybe pretty steady this month. Remember, we kicked it off with the King of Cups, who I said is the most intuitive king. Now you have the Page of Cups. And this is a little bit more like, very curious about like a lot of things too. But in a sense where there is something new that's coming into your life, you are manifesting something into your life. There's a lot of creative energy here, but there's this newness, especially with the page. Okay. You following your bliss at this point. That's all there's to it. Okay. So again, a lot of newness happening here, especially with the Three of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Cups. You have the Hanged Man. You have the Ten of Cups, indicating this new beginning for you. You have the Ace of Swords. I mean, you're good. You're absolutely good. Just expect a lot of new things to happen for you and you being in this new place in your life. Aries, thanks so much. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.